What's up, all you people out there in Chopperdom? Welcome back. Another episode of Hippie's Chopper Corner. See if I can get y'all a video film tonight. Been out here really thrashing, trying to get this bike done. I'm running out of time. I got more projects coming in. I got projects that need worked on. Parts are piling up again. Got swap meets coming up. Of course, I'm busy on a lot of these swap meets, but I got a bitchin' set of wheels. Who wants them wheels? They need to be cleaned up now. Nice billet. I guess they're billet. I don't really know. But that'll clean up really good. Matching set of wheels. Anybody into that 90s look, let me know. I will hook you up. Got a brand new Manatee fender from Lowbrow. I'll hook you up. It's a 7-inch fender. I've got a pre-72 swing arm, a little sissy bar I played around with. I've got shocks for a soft tail. I've got a nice set of fenders for a soft tail. I got a front brake set up for a Springer. Of course, I got pipes galore. I try to keep those pipes, so. Got another set of soft tail Springer. Oh, I did come up on a pretty bitchin' set of bars, though. I think Slick, maybe Slick's got a set of bars like this. I can't remember. He got a set that looks like this. Picked those up the other day for $10. What the hell? You know, you never know. You never know. Probably going to sell that frame right there with that hardtail kit. So if anybody has a drivetrain that they have the title to the engine, you can put that in this. It's a pretty unmolested frame. It's been molded in pinstripe back in the day. So that's a period correct piece, probably from the 70s, early 80s, if I had to guess. Got a Crispy Co. hardtail kit. I'm not going to use any of that, honestly. Oh, man. I don't even know if I've even shown y'all this. I know a year ago I probably showed it to you, but now that I got it completely rebuilt, new rockers, new springs and rods in the top, so she's all ready to go. But so that is a 2-under Springer right there. So that's almost a stock length, and y'all can see the difference in the length in it. That thing's about a 20 over. If I measured it correct, that's a 20 over stock. And by the time I hardtail that myself, have somebody rake it for me, I lose the stock neck, all of that. They'll probably gooseneck the frame. I can probably just order one from Paco for not much more money, and then I'll just have a titled frame at that point that I can put this drivetrain in. Because I got a generator shovel head motor that's actually going to go in this bike. I've told y'all 1,000 times about that. So I'll put that Jenny in here. This drivetrain will come out. I'll put it in the Paco frame that I plan to order. Then, quote unquote, that puts me back to 4 choppers, because I've got this one, and this one belong to me. This one belongs to me. You know, got the drivetrain for it, got a front end for it, blah, 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 blah. But I'm going to order a frame specifically for that long front end I got. And then I've got this bike here, which that'll put me at 4. And then I'll probably order another Crispy Co. hardtail kit specifically for this frame. I'll get the deluxe hardtail kit. And we'll make us a chopper out of this one here too. So then we'll be up to 5 choppers in here, and I like it when I've got at least 4. But I'll go back to 5. And like I said, I have potential for this one. I've had people already reach out wanting to buy it. And I said it's got a wide front end on it. I don't know how many wide glide front ends had dual disc brakes, but it's a wide front end. It's got extended fork legs on it, because that's at least a 6 over, but I'm guessing. Okay. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, J, I don't really know how to decipher engine numbers. And I don't care about people seeing my VIN number. You can walk up in person and see it. So that J tells you the decade. I know H is 70. Would J be 80? But if anybody knows how to decipher that number, that'll tell us if this was a 1980 wide glide. Be cool if it was actually a wide glide, because this was the first year, 1980's first year for the wide glide, which that was Willie G's way of introducing Harley, or the mainstream, to a factory chopper, quote unquote, a factory chopper. Yeah, so there's that. And then, but anyway, I'll cut this bike up and hardtail it. I don't care if it is the first year of the wide glide. It ain't special to me. And we'll have 5 cool ass chops again. I might even run that front end on it. Hell, I usually don't run regular front ends. I like to put springers on them, but that's a pretty cool front end. I just have to find me a no, I've got a spool hub wheel, because my customer wants to use, I got an 80 spoke rim around here for him somewhere. Oh, there it is. That's his wheel right there, and I get to keep that brand new spool hub rim. So I'll be set up. Probably run that same back wheel. Yeah, I just pretty much need a hardtail kit, and I could just about make a... Man, if I kept those tanks, the speedometers hooked up, we could run the speedo. I could probably salvage the electronics in it. Just hardtail it, different fender, king, queen seat, different set of handlebars. I could be into that chopper fairly cheap. We could do a raffle bike, guys. Y'all get in my comments and tell me what you think. Raffle bike. Hadn't had a lot of time to work on this one, but I finally got the engine and everything lined up. Everything's locked down like it should be. I'm ready to put the primary back in it, put the new electronic ignition in it, get it timed, get the brake put back on it, get it wired up. We're ready to go. I am still waiting on chrome, I know, but this is what I've been working on. So I started putting the customer's bike back together, got his frame finished, got the engine in it, got it good to go. Starter's just setting up here until I get the primary on it. Fixing to work on it. Got his throttle cable finally installed, got the carburetor put back on it. Got full throttle, got the clutch cable installed. I told y'all I had a clutch cable for this bike. I knew I had one. That one hanging over there was a 6-over. The one that's up there now I think is a stock length. I traded it out for this burly 6-over that I've had for a year, probably a couple of years, from a job I did a while back. But I had to get rid of the old cable on this bike because it was in such bad shape. It was just wretched, man. Like, look how bad that thing looked. That was horrible, man. I wasn't going to put that on my guy's bike. But we'll put you on pause. We're going to do a little bit of work, see where we go with this bike tonight. High probability I didn't get that stopped in time, and good old YouTube will demonetize me on that. Whatever. It ain't that big a deal. I make pennies on these videos anyway. So what I want to show y'all is this sprocket I put on. I like it so much better, but it's an offset sprocket. Unfortunately, it's not a flat sprocket like this one. And I already know for a fact it's gonna throw my alignment off, which I like the chrome one better, but at the end of the day, I'm just not gonna be able to run it because of the offset on it. So, get out my trusty old jack. I hear Diesel out there raising 9 kinds of cane. Guys hate it when I use these impacts on my jack. Been using that jack for years. And the bearings will probably fall out of it eventually, but oh well. We'll go to Northern Tool and we'll buy us another one. Slick likes to order everything from eBay. And it's cool. Or not eBay, but Amazon. I like to, I don't know. I just like to get mine online or pick mine up in person. All right, what do we got going first? We got spacer. Inside brake cover bracket. Spacer. And should get spacer in the wheel over here. Yeah. I like to load them back up just like they go. Like you're gonna put them back on. And put everything back just like she goes. Get my blanket out. I have people tell me all the time not to use my stars and bars as a do it like this, but this ain't a flag. This is actually a blanket. This is kind of what TikTok is wanting to censor me over. They took one of my videos down and called it violent extremism. I probably told you all about that. I'm pretty sideways about that. You don't know the truth. Not about TikTok running the risk of kicking me off. I don't give a shit. In which I came up pretty quick on TikTok. I started it like a month ago, and I think I got 1,800 followers already. So they're coming on a lot faster than Instagram or YouTube did, for that matter. But shout out to all you new subscribers. We're fixing to hit 12,000 folks. Man, how cool is that? Never thought I'd say that. Instagram's doing pretty good too, man. I'm rocking toward 3,000 on it. If I had to guess, Facebook's a couple thousand, 5, 6, 7, 12. So almost 20,000 followers on all my social medias, which you guys know Facebook, YouTube's where it's at for me. But anyway, we're gonna pull this off, and of course, I put Loctite on them. But anyway, hang tight, everybody. There we go. All right. Hydrate, 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 kids. Memories. Man, this weather's kind of crazy here. It's snowing, and then it's not snowing, and then it's supposed to have been 70 today, but it didn't hit it. Supposed to be 70 Saturday here, and then turning cold, and maybe snowing again on Sunday. Damn, I don't remember which one of these went on which side. I think this one went over here, though. I hope it did. Else it'll blow my alignment off. I think that's how we had it. Boy, this sinus infection is bad. Anyway, the weather's nice enough. We're gonna ride. There's a high probability that I might ride on a road glide. I haven't put near enough miles on that brand new motorcycle. And sometimes I want some speed. Did you hear what I said, Slick? Slick, did you hear what I said? I said, sometimes I want some speed. Slick, I know you hear you talking to you. Sitting there in your shop, acting like you don't hear me. No, you hear me, sucker. Just a hair. Choice you made. I know you guys, I know y'all heard me talk about the Slick Hippie Rally. Well, he may be calling it the Hippie Slick Rally of 2025. I let Slick name all that stuff. He's better at that than I am. 2025, Maggie Valley. So on the 6th or the 7th, which will be through the week, we're probably going to go to Wheels Through Time and see our buddy Matt. He gave us a cool interview when we were there. If y'all hadn't watched that, go back and look on Slick's channel, go back and look on my channel. I'm pretty sure both of them are titled. It would have been back in probably May on both of our channels of last year, the Hippie Slick Rally 2024. We had a great time. Mine's probably an hour and a half long. I bet Slick's is an hour and a half long, but we got some just great riding footage in that video, and footage of me and him goofing off at the cabin, and we got our girls with us, and it's a 3-bedroom cabin, so the girls both have their own room, and me and Slick share a room. He's Little Spoon, in case y'all are wondering. But I'll show y'all how that lines up so much better now. Now we're back straight again, so let me get it tweaked out and we'll move forward a little more. Okay, I know how I'm gonna finish out the video. Ralph may have walked y'all through it, I can't remember. But I've had a lot of people ask me about the Dyna S ignition, and in my opinion, they're one of the best aftermarket ignitions you can go with if you've got a stock engine. I want to say that one over there, that engine over there has an Ultima in it where you can set the advanced curve. It's got the little switches, and should be a chart tell you, what you'll know what the compression is, and it'll tell you where to put your switches at. Most of them are all up, and there's one or two down. I don't know a lot about them. I've seen a lot of videos on them, but I do know about these Dyna S's, and they're just foolproof replacement ignition for stock Harley electronic ignitions. And I just pitched this one over here earlier today. I didn't throw it away. Y'all let me find it. I'll bring y'all right back. I ain't gonna make y'all suffer through me looking for it. Hold on. Man, I couldn't find that thing for nothing. Huh. And it's a stock ignition too. I found it, of course, and while I was over here, I should have grabbed this. Okay, so here's your stock ignition, guys. That, and there's a high prop, there it is, got it. Okay, so all of this is stock. Here's your stock Harley Davidson ignition right here. Pretty sure that's called a CDI box is what they call that. And it was basically an early computer. It's 8,000 RPM. That's what it's set up to go to. There's 4 wires inside your pickup. This is called your pickup. This is your advanced plate. It's in there like that. That's your pickup. Your pickup on the stock one's usually dead on 12 o'clock. That right there, going to the right advances it. Going backwards retards it. So, long bus, short bus. Long bus, short bus. Long bus, short bus. Retard, advance. And you can thank John Repetto at the Easy Co. You guys go over and subscribe to the Easy Co's channel. Tell them Hippie's Chopper Corner sent you. But anyway, it goes to this, then this sends all your signal to this. There's your stock setup. So, in order to get rid of one of these and dumb down your wiring, I think I paid, again, you have to buy this stuff separate. It doesn't come. This is what I tried videoing with my damn GoPro the other day. I had 2 of these. You can probably get them cheaper if you order them online, but I go and buy them from my guy, and there's a markup on his, but he don't charge me taxes, or shipping or none of that. So I paid $220, and then you have to, like I said, this is what comes in it. Right here, all of this comes in it. You get your Dyna coil, you get your pickup, and then you get your hardware, and you actually do get your advanced unit screw with it, but you don't get your flyweights with it. You have to order these. And before you install these, put your little grease on these. All right, so on the back side, there's a little set screw that goes through it, or they call it a pin, is what they call it. So remember that. Remember, you gotta buy your own advanced unit. I just ain't got around to installing that one on my bike yet. So once you remove all of this, here's what you're left with. Can you guys see up in there? There's a little notch right in I got it set right on the top. See that right at the top? That little notch on the end of your cam right there? Okay. We got that in there. And I showed you that little pin. Now you've also got, I don't know if I can do this without being able to look at it, but if you look down this side of your advanced unit, there's also, actually that's a set screw back there. Well, no, maybe it is a pin. It's just a pin they drive down in it, okay. And it's a pin that they drive in from the back side too, that's on the front of it right here. There's a pin sticking up. There is a flat spot. See that round side of the cam? Well, I call this a cam too, because on your points you have that little piece that's spinning around. I call that a cam. It's got a high side and a low side. This has a round side and a flat side on it. That flat side needs to slide in where that pin is right there. Right? So now that flat side's on that pin. So when this motor spins a lot, it advances these weights. And there's where your advance comes from. It's automatic advance, not a mechanical, or a mechanical advance. All right, not a manual advance. Slick has a manual advance on his, where he manually advances his circuit breaker to start his bike up. So you take this, line that up, you stick it right in there. Make sure you're on your cam. Again, if you take this off, make sure you're putting it back on right every time. And then test them. Make sure they're in there. Just move them around. Make sure they're on there good. See, I wasn't on there very good. Now I am. Boom. Mechanically opening and closing. Not even sure. I'm guessing y'all saw all that. All right, you get that in there. Actually, this don't even have to be on there. You've already slid your wires through. Then you take your pickup. Put the wires in my way. All right. You get your pickup in there. And you clock that dude right at 12 o'clock to start with. I'm hoping that's showing up. Just get it in there and clock it at 12 o'clock, guys. That's gonna work for startup. And then put your cam back in there and double check. Now what I'm missing is a screw that goes through this piece here so it stays on. There's a screw that goes through there. Really thin taper screw. You do not ever want to over tighten that and break it off, because it'll break off in your cam and it's a bad day if that happens. I actually don't know how to fix it if it happens. New cam, I guess. I don't know. These are your standoffs. Just screw them back in. And we'll get back to the action here in just a second, guys. Let me get these screwed in. And of course, I can't do anything sitting on me arse. Sitting on me arse. My brother-in-law, he's Irish. He's from Ireland. And he's still got that thick Irish accent, even though he's been here 20 years. And I was bugging with him one day, and I walked up and he said, "What am I gonna do, brother? I shot the britches." And he said, "Man," he said, "you stick to hillbilly and I'll stick to Irish." He's actually good friends with Kid Rock, believe it or not. He goes and hangs out at the Kid Rock's compound, which I roofed Kid Rock's house. My company roofed it a few years ago, the White House. If you guys are from Middle Tennessee and you're on Briley Parkway out by Dickerson Road, and that big white house, the one that looks like the White House in Washington, sitting up on the side of that hill up there, well, that's Kid Rock's compound. I wouldn't suggest you go up there. Actually, it's gate. You couldn't get up the mountain anyway. There's a gate. I guess you could get out and walk, but he's got cameras in them woods, so I wouldn't suggest you do it. Anyway, you get your standoffs put in there fairly tight. You're on. You're at 12 o'clock. And then what you want to do is you want to come around to the other side of your bike. And I've got the plugs out of mine to make it easier. And you'll see I got the plugs out. And right here, this is just a standard crank wrench. It goes either way, back and forth, back and forth. Fits on shovel head and Evos. And I bet y'all, I'm pretty close to top dead center right now. You should never stick a flathead in there, always a Phillips. No, I must be on the exhaust stroke. It must be 180 up. But anyway, you get that done, and you want to come over here. You might be able to see in there if I can continue to keep the light on it. Roll this engine around. The dot's gonna come up first if I don't roll past it while I'm trying to do this and hold the light on it where you guys can. There it is. There's the dot right there, guys. There's your advance mark. Y'all can see that dot in there. Now that piston ought to be up a little bit, yep, but she ain't at the top. So what you can do, you want to double check what I'm talking about. We're gonna go backwards now. Now wait a minute, I gotta go the other way. Sorry. This is where Slick could edit it out. That was my advance mark. And I think it's 32, 34 degrees. Oh, there it is. I went past it. Slick's laughing at me right now, y'all. There's my top dead center mark. She is dead inside that hole, guys. Now, we're gonna check up here and I bet that piston's right at the top. Bam, right there, guys. We're on it. All right, so that tells me I'm at top dead center, okay? So when you get your piston all the way to the top, you should have a mark in that hole right there. If you don't spin it around and it goes down and back up to the top again, you'll have a mark in there. Whatever that mark is, whether it's a line or a dot, that's your top dead center, okay? So once you do that, I'm showing y'all how to find your advance in case you don't know which one's which. Now we know for a fact we're on top dead center. Now we're gonna back the engine up 30-something degrees without looking at a book. I don't know exactly. And then boom, there's a dot right there. That right there, without a doubt, is my advanced dot marking unit, okay? Now you see how I've got it just to the right of the hole? I actually wanted a cunt hair more than that on advanced. There's a lot of old school guys taught me this. Not much. Just a little bit before that center. And there we are, guys. All right, I'm dead on my advance mark. So now I'm gonna come back around here. Everybody, get it in here so y'all can see. And what we're gonna do now, which I'm not really timing it right now, I'm just showing y'all how to do it. I'm gonna loosen these standoffs up, okay? The bike's wired up, you're ready to go, and you should always have you a test light. And I've got one right here. It's just a little cheapo test light that I have, right? And you want to hook it up to your battery. Well, or turn your key on. Find you a good ground. Make sure you are grounded. I don't know that for a fact this is a ground. Actually, I've got another one that's got a clip on it, but this is the only one I could grab. Stick it in there till you're touching your backing plate. Make sure you can turn your backing plate. Are we loosen up to turn it? Yeah. You got a little notch right there. That screwdriver's too big. I usually don't use that notch. That's what that notch is for in your plate, so you can turn your, see how I'm turning it with the screwdriver? And I'd have to find the one with the alligator clip on it and clip it in there. What you want to do, you want to reach in there and twist your advance unit. See me twist it? I'm twisting it that way. I'm advancing it because I'm on my advance mark. So you advance this, and then you turn your backing plate till that light comes on, right? It ain't gonna come on now because the bike ain't wired. Then you back it off till the light goes off, back till the light comes on, back till the light, till you cut that distance down, keep your advance turned, and then just as you get to where that light starts to flicker and just almost starts to come on, stop and lock your standoffs down. Boom, you are timed at that point. Now, when you do that, we're gonna go even farther. We're gonna go another step, guys. You can come in here, and once you think you got it marked, or you got it initially timed, make you a little mark. Like that right there. Can y'all see that Sharpie mark? I'm sure you can. Yes. Now, what you can do is fire the bike up. And you want to retard the timing just a little bit. You know, it'll go. You know, you'll start retarding the timing. And then you slowly bring that dude back around till she sounds like she's just dead. I do it by ear. And you might be right back at the point you started at. But them timing marks and the mark on your cam, they could be out of the factory 3 to 4 degrees off timing. So this is the best way to do it. So she comes back around and she just you like how I did that, Slick? And you might wind up back on the mark you made, or you might wind up advanced a little bit. You'll either be on it or advance from your mark just a hair. So that being said, guys, that is how you time a Dyna S ignition. If I wasn't so far behind, golly, this video's gone long. I'd get this bike out and try to get it running, but I just got too much to do to bother. We're trying to get this bike running right now. I got a lot going on. So, oh, I didn't even bring you over here and show y'all this. This is what I just threw together the other day. Yeah. I mean, there ain't much of throwing it together. I mean, it was already a roller. I basically set the motor in it, put the transmission in it, sat a seat on it, and put that Mustang tank up on it. I mean, it's pretty much all I've done. That's why the transmission's in there crooked. But that'll be that customer's bike I'm going to build. That's what I like that wishbone frame. I'm pretty jealous of that. But what I think I'll do now is shout out my good brother, Slickhead Custom Cycles, over on YouTube. You guys go check him out. Give him a like. Give him a subscribe. Hit his notification bell. Leave him a comment and say, man, oh, Hip Dog sent me. And then when you get done, shoot over to Ralph's channel. It's my time. Let's go. And check out Ralph. He's a really good machinist and fabricator and just all around good guy, good canute up in the Great White North. So anyway, I'm glad you guys hung out this long. This turned out to be a 40-minute video, and for that I apologize. You guys be sure to hit the notification bell on this video. It'll let you know when I'm dropping new content. I pretty much have my videos set up for Sundays at 5, but I drop a lot of shorts during the week. Some of them are redundant, some of them are cool. Hit the notification bell. Leave me a comment. The traffic tells the algorithm this video is doing good. They'll push it to more people. That helps my channel grow. And more importantly, please, just take a minute to hit the subscribe button. If you don't want to hit the notification bell, don't. Just hit the subscribe button. You won't be bothered with notifications. The subscribe button is free, doesn't cost you anything, and it helps me bring you this content. Other than that, you guys take it easy. I'll see you on the next episode of Hippie's Chopper Corner, home of the sketchy chopper, where we keep them sketchy all the time. Shout out Terry Massey.